Hey guys, it's Anna and welcome to my channel. Today I am doing like a big roundup review. I was so generously gifted these fragrances. These are new to me. I've been testing them out and I wanted to give you my thoughts, give you my review. So jumping straight into it, the first one is from Carner, Barcelona, Supermoon. This is an option for those of you who are looking for a more simplistic, fresh, clean, fruity scent. Think like in the realm of like a nice fruity shampoo. So this isn't going to be for everyone if you're looking for something super loud or complex, but it's a very pleasant scent. It's not offensive. This has a note of pomegranate. It also has like a nice fresh citrus burst from mandarin, dew-covered green feel from the cassis, a clean musk. I think if you're someone who's looking for an easy to like fresh fruity scent for the spring and summer, an out of the shower fragrance, something you can wear to work, an everyday scent, something like that, this could be an option for you. I like it. It's not anything I haven't smelled before, but it smells pleasant. From Olfactive Studio, I have a Travel of Auto Portrait. This is actually one of my favorites from the house, and this has made its way to Eric's collection. This is a very unisex scent. I'd say it leans ever so slightly more towards the masculine direction, but it's pretty unisex. If you love the note of elemi resin, this is seriously one to check out because it's beautifully done in here. I love that note. And then the way this is paired with the cedar and vetiver, like that dry, woody feel is really nice. It's a very chic, natural, earthy, fresh kind of scent. If you like a clean, outdoorsy kind of scent, I would really recommend trying this. It has a nice incense and benzoin, but it's nothing, you know, like so smoky or super dark. And then it's got a bit of oak moss as well. I just love the smooth, grounded, balmy feel that this has with these dry woody notes. It's lovely. A couple new launches from Navitus. We have Amorous Intense. The most prominent thing that I get from this is literally Apple Jolly Ranchers, and it's the most prominent in the opening. So during my first wear test of this, I liked the scent, but it didn't feel like my personal style because certain candied perfumes just like aren't personally for me. So I wore it for an entire day, thought, I don't think it's quite for me, but then 2 days later, I'm like, let me go back to it and just try it again. I personally get that Apple Jolly Rancher vibe throughout the whole life of the fragrance. However, during that second wear, I then started to pick up on the other notes listed. So it's definitely like a tart green apple, and then it's very sweet with the sugar. Like you are getting that candied feel. As this dries down, I then pick up on the caramel, the whipped cream, the pear. It dies down a bit on the tart quality, and like I'm really getting this creamy, warm, airy feel from the caramel and whipped cream. And I found those base notes to be really addictive. It's definitely a perfume to reach for when you're just in this like fun mood. And the texture that comes to mind when smelling this fragrance, I can't recall what type of candy this is exactly, but there's a certain type of candy where like the more you work with it and you pull it, it starts to get like more stringy and light. I get this type of airy, whipped candied experience. So that 5-minute opening is the most candy-like and isn't a style that I tend to gravitate towards, but I'm really liking the dry down, and it just continues to grow on me the more I'm reaching for it. So it is something I recommend sampling first. I mean, as I do with all fragrances, but it is a very particular scent, so give it a sample. And then the other Navitus is Baklava Royale. I was fully prepared to not like this because, I mean, I love baklava. If you know, you know. It is a very sweet, dense dessert. Like, it's a lot. Like, one bite and I'm good. Tastes amazing, but it's a very rich dessert. So I was nervous about this one, but this is really well done. It's very well executed. You're getting the elements, like the ingredients of baklava, but it's not too sweet or too dense in like that overwhelming way. And I think this is going to be a big hit for a lot of people. This is a very unisex fragrance, and if you are someone who enjoys your nutty scents, this is something I would recommend. The pistachio in here is very realistic. Like, often the pistachio I'm smelling in these pistachio fragrances is not like fully giving pistachio. It is in here. Pistachio and almond. Also, what I like about this, although the nutty notes are definitely prominent in this blend, it doesn't come across to me like an offensive nutty explosion. I'm someone that doesn't usually enjoy nutty notes in fragrances, but I do like this. It is a bit more nutty than I tend to go for, but that's just like my personal taste. I think so many people are gonna enjoy this. Actually, I think if you like the Sol de Janeiro 62 perfume, you're gonna like this because you have like those sweet, warm notes. You have the pistachio in that blend. If you like that and you want like a deeper, more unisex fall, winter, stronger perfume, I really think you're gonna like this. The honey and vanilla give it sweetness, gives it that smooth, warm character. The honey is well balanced. It's not absolutely taking over everything. And then there's also like a prominent tonka bean in the mix as well, with some amberwood in the base. It's a gourmand, but it doesn't smell like I'm straight up eating food. That amberwood like does a nice job grounding it. I think they did a really good job with this one, and it really suits the season as well. Then from Parfumeur, this is 302. I was really excited about trying this one. It has a lot of notes that I tend to gravitate towards, and I believe in the reminds me section on Fragrantica, some people were saying it reminds them of MFK Grand Soir, which I love. I don't get that comparison. I don't. And I was kind of hoping that this would be like Grand Soir, a little bit more feminine, because I see like iris in there, red berries. Unfortunately, I'm not a fan of this one. This is unisex, leaning masculine, I'd say. The thing is, for me, the amber in here has an animalic undertone. I prefer a softer amber, not like quieter, but softer, smoother. This has a lot of dry incense in here, giving it a smoky feel, and I personally don't pick up on any sort of sweetness either from the vanilla or red berries. The vanilla to me comes across as more of a dry, non-sweet vanilla. Woody base of sandalwood. Overall, this is more of like a typical amber profile. Then two fragrances from So Avant-Garde, the first one being Quinto Canto Mirabile. I've heard so much about this scent. I know so many people love this. Looking at the notes, I see prominent notes of vanilla and milk. So I was expecting something like really creamy and sweet and like very gourmand. There's also tonka bean, malt, rum. This is a very, very unique spiced vanilla. This definitely has a camphorous presence to it, so it's aromatic. Also has a bit of a bitter herbal feel from the buku. It's really unique. When I first sprayed this, I was like, oh, okay, wasn't expecting that. Like, I'm not quite sure how I feel about this. I wore this for several days over and over and over, trying to figure out how I felt about this just because it is so different. It's a like for me. It's definitely one to sample first. And I do get that herbal camphorous feel the most in the beginning, and that does die down as it sits. It's dark vanilla, warm spices, definitely get the opopanax, giving it a smoky feel as well. And I actually didn't pick up on the milk note at all until about day 3 or 4. I was wearing this to bed and I had like the blankets covering my head, and in this little bubble, then I started to all of a sudden pick up on this creamy, warm, lactonic presence, like a warm milk accord. Sorry, I feel like my review is all over the place with this one. It's very layered. Then we have a new one from Mind Games. This is the Forward. They recently launched the Soulmate collection. If you're interested in trying it, they have these little discovery sets with 2 ml spray samples with the whole collection, the whole Soulmate collection. But this one, the Forward, this is perfectly unisex, and I think for those of you who enjoy Byredo Bal d'Afrique, this might be your cup of tea. This is a very chic, fresh fragrance, but also has this sweetness laced throughout from tonka bean and vanilla. I get those sweet notes the most prominently in the opening, and to me it kind of smells like caramel in here. This has a burst of citrus, lemon, mandarin, pomelo, and it also has a sea salt note, a light well-blended jasmine. I love the opening, and as this dries down, the sweetness tones down. It's never like too sweet, by the way, and then the salt amps up, so it transitions from being like a love to a like for me. And then there's a dry woodiness in the base. I do think it's a really well crafted fragrance. Like I said, it's a very chic profile. Then from Argos, the new Birth of Venus. Are you freaking kidding me? This is one of the most like insanely beautiful bottles I've seen. This is for those of you who love your jammy rose fragrances. You've got to love rose though, because that's very prominent. And then I also get a ton of raspberry in here. It's really juicy and sweet. There's also peach. It's got this nice fresh burst in the opening from the citruses, and as this dries down, it becomes more and more floral. It has a bit of a powdery feel. It also becomes deeper, warmer. There's woody notes, amber, and there is a chocolate note listed in here. I'll just let you know, I personally don't smell that at all. And this is a super strong juice as well. I think a lot of women would enjoy this perfume, as long as, like I said, you enjoy rose and fruity notes. So it's just a little bit heavy on the rose for what I like to gravitate towards, but I do think it's a nice perfume. So I'd love to give this to one of you, one of my subscribers. It does have my name engraved right here on the back, as long as you don't mind. If you'd like to be in the running, just leave me a comment down below to let me know you're interested. Gotta be subscribed to my channel. Please like the video, and it'll be a US giveaway due to shipping costs. And I will choose the winner in a week. And then the other one from Argos, this is perfectly unisex, Fall of Phaeton. This on paper smelled quite gourmand to me. I was getting the tonka bean, vanilla, the spices, and I got kind of like a root beer like quality from paper and also like from the bottle. On my skin, I get that like right in the opening, and then the spices, citrus, aromatic notes, and wood come out the most prominently. I personally prefer how it came off on paper, but I still like the smell on my skin. Like that whole top note list, I get the most on me. It's fresh, spicy, zesty, it's got those citrus notes, and although there's leather, musk, and agar wood listed, it doesn't smell animalic to me. So that wraps up my reviews for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't already. If you want to see me in any more videos, I'd appreciate it so much. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!